Hmm. What up, Gates? Good morning. A good morning. Your channel. What up, Tori? I'm going to share this today because I'm going to be live for a little longer than normal, so we'll let the people know. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know. We are live, assembly, testing, all that kind of jazz. Stop it if you want for the next couple hours. We are live, assembly, testing, all that kind of jazz. Stop it if you want for the next couple hours. We are live, assembly, testing, all that kind of jazz. Stop it if you want for the next couple hours. We are live, assembly. What up, Mr. Fox? That should do it. Okay, let's roll. Roliosis, scoliosis, roliosis. Well, good morning. Welcome, Brandon. Welcome to the stream. The Scream Team. We mean business. We continue. We continue the worst part about yo-yo assembly, the pads. If you know, you know. I don't think any of you know. Matt, we got Afterlife, so we really got to get those B-22s rolling today too. We got a lot to get to. Oh, darn it. Wanted to do that too, but what up, Brian? Yeah, it's about time for my afternoon coffee over here. Let's grab another plate, shall we? What up, Philip? Philip Jenkins in the house? Mr. Toilet Circle? What up, Andrew? Man with 3. Three first names. Andrew, Christopher, Aaron. Even though it's A-R-R-A-N, I still say Aaron in my name, in my brain, in my name, in my brain. Phil, what time you get up to tend to the animals? Same time I get up to 10 to mine. That looks like a G2 vodka bottle over there. Where? I don't really do vodka. When I do bourbon, the reason I like bourbon is I like tasting the differences between. I'm not a drink to get drunk kind of guy. Does this look like vodka? Well, the tsunami can't hold the sparkling. I like a little carbonation in there, you know, get them bubbles rolling. I don't know if that's true. I'm pretty sure vodka still has calories. Yeah, I like the bubbly. I got the straight out of the just bubble tap water, and then I got some pineapple, a little hint of pineapple bubble water. I like the bubble dancing on my tongue. Take that as you will. Some what? Minakawa? Tequila? I like some tequila, but not as much as doesn't have the variance to me as bourbon does. A little tequila aged in bourbon barrels. I thought you're not supposed to drink Mexican water. Is that just when you go to the hotels? Motels, Holiday Inn? I don't know. Diet Mountain Dew is also without calories. That fake sugar will get you though. Coffee flavored liqueur. Is that like a? So that's not like a Bailey's. Is that like a Bailey's that you mix with your coffee, or you just drink it straight? Even like coffee, I drink that like as a ritual. Like that. I'm gonna sit down at my desk and get things done. I need to have a cup of coffee. That's why I want some decaf. Bradley, did you make it home in time before your wife stumbled upon your mail today? She found it. And your pillow and blanket were on the couch? When you say really good ramen, is there a different type than the instant ramen that's at like 25-cent bags? I'm not a cultured ramen man. Oh. Oh my goodness gracious. Dr. Pike in the house too early. What up, Rich? Welcome to the show. All right. First dinner plate, 15 cotton candy combats. How close is it to 60 grams? Actually, I haven't weighed the AL7 version. $61.25. That lead balloon is going to cause some shoulder injuries to the G2 fans. Well, Rich, you're in a special club now. You get a fresh G2 every month. So what you're going to find out is it's okay if you have a couple out that get a little couple things. You might as well rock and roll with a couple of them. Forgot the AL7 Barbie was only $59. You guys you need a pink one? A pink arbiter for the Barbie version? I mean, you can play the brass. Oh, that now I got it. Now the B, gotcha. The brass Arby, you can play that without knowing it's 59. Like you don't know it. That's the beauty of weight distribution. Oh. It's all in push-ups. That was the fun part. That was for me, not necessarily just you guys. It was a little bit of both. To send out AL7 version that was so changed and not tell you was enjoyable. I've never pushed 80 grams on a yo-yo, so we'll see how that works out. We'll see if people want that proto or not first. Once I get all three designed, and we'll see what people want. I'm hoping. I think it's going to be hard to get a 51 millimeter yo-yo 51 wide and only 51 grams. That's going to be a little bit hard. I really want to be able to get that stainless steel ring in there. I think that would really make that yo-yo play nicely because you're going to get that ring of the weight more centerized instead of way out wide. But we'll see once I get it in the CAD and I can actually see what the sizing of the material is going to need to be to actually be that size of a yo-yo. Is the Arbiter's finish different than the other RBGs? Are they all this pretty? They're all different. So the way that is, that's a 3-color wash, and it always comes out different. A lot of it depends on the surface area of a yo-yo, and then also temperature of the bath, and then just how long it's in each dye and how it gets washed together. It all changes each and every single time. So Rainbow Galaxy, that'll look very different than a different Rainbow Galaxy, but they all are, in theory, starting with the same starting point. Rich, I haven't responded to your Patreon message yet, but I saw it. I have one here that's been donated for science. I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm kind of working up exactly how I want to do the review section. Just this yo-yo is crap. That's to put it nicely. So I don't want to just say that in the actual review of the YouTube video that'll live on. So I'm working out how to do the review correctly, and then we'll cut that. I'm assuming you have the same preference because you want to send it to me to get cut in half as well. See you, Rich. You don't have to be sorry, man. In and out. It's all right. I am here for your entertainment. What yo-yo was it? It's the Minity. What up, Mr. Carlson? When am I sending a K-scope to SC? Probably will, because you seem to be the lottery king. Ooh, there we go. Now we're talking. That's buttery. I'll do those after I get this desk cleared of these parts, so I'll start working on those K-scopes. Unless you're talking about these. These are AL7 Afterlifes. Ginge. Oops, that was not ideal, but there's really no design need for an Afterlife to be made out of titanium. But when I listen to the aluminum ring, I would just like to hear the titanium ring as well. What's the... I got no idea. What's the trick you were throwing down away from you? Yeah, no idea. One, because I don't know exactly what you're referencing. Two, I don't categorize trick names. So it doesn't make me the best teacher of the hobby. I think he said modern responsive. Oops, touched it. It's slide and Eli hop, but down. Maybe it was. It's out of a 1.5 mount, and you kind of just pop it out of there. I don't actually know what it's called. I think when it's this I think was at one point called Asian Pops. I don't know if it still is. This, I'm not sure what this is called, but I think this is what you're talking about. It's a 1.5. You unwrap, bring your hands together, it lets it fly out, and then pull your hands apart and you catch it back into that 1.5. It's popped now for PC reasons. I mean, I can understand that, but just pops. See you, Mr. Fox. You're rocking one of the best G2 starts you have. The old Marvel. It's good color, the aqua on the gray. I don't like the shirt as much because it hugs my rolls like it's a little bit more spandexy. But I do like the color combo. I'm going to send that in for my submission. I don't look anything over the weight class required for the insurance. I mean, they probably do, right? I think they call it compression. Compression short. Well, you wouldn't need it so much the shorts, but a compression shirt, like an Under Armour Heat Gear compression shirt. Big fan of the Trick 3 cross hop in a GT. Looks good and pretty easy to pull off. See, a lot of people like trick number 3, and does not categorize like as something I can remember. I've got the mic on my generic webcam right now. I'm sure that the tone isn't as good, but you can hear everything. Do you enjoy hearing the spinniness of the yo-yos today? Yeah, these are going well. Aftershock leads to be a safer. Afterlife leads to be a safer design. Ow! That's enough modern responsive march for me. That was trick number 3, the one I just hit my finger on. It really does have a joyful ting to it. All right, what you've all been waiting for, I assume. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, do, re, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Was my singing voice what you were waiting for? All right, those are G19. Those are G20s. We need some G19 up in his house. What are we branding? Gonna get that song stuck in your head, don't you worry. I'm here for you. I'm going to Wichita. La da 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 da. Do 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 do. I still have not started the attempt. Woo! Woo! That's the one. It is the truth. Whatever else you say, the truth, the something else. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I like it because it's got all that orange, yellow, green in it, where a lot more of them have the blue and purple. That's got a lot of that light color pop. Poppuccini. I've had sheets of them, and I've had the die cut, and I don't know that there's that much of a difference. There's not a whole lot of difference, so I just order them die cut so that they're also prepped for the individual sale. What time is it there, Andrew? The little one sleeping? Oh, shenanigans. Tapped the wrong pad. Oh, 4 p.m.? I did it again. Are you kidding me, Jacob? Cody, how old are your goblins? I'm here from Wichita. It's about time for the House of Dragon to be popping back up, isn't it? 8 and 10? Shouldn't they be doing that on the moon? Boom, shakalaka. Okay. Here we go. What up, John? You're here just in time. Big testing time. A lot riding on the line here. We need these to come out popping. I cannot believe that my arms are still sore from Ironman push-ups. All the things crossed. That'll ruin the vibe, huh? Show you guys the process. What we do here, as I'm going through, can you see? I'll flip the parts so that I know which ones I've tested with with each half. You missed the start of the B-22s here. 0 for 3 so far. It's so close, but we'll keep rolling. We don't say the G word in here. Come on now. Not during testing, at least. Matt? The 22s had a little bit of an issue as we started to go wider, specifically the AO7 versions. Regular B-22s had mostly been okay. They're a little higher on the glitch rate. I would say 15% versus 10, but usually not like this. But we got one. So all that testing, you know, 1 out of 8, but we got one. So here we go. Here we go. We're rolling, chat. That might just be a little bit extra work, but we can get there. We don't know yet. Let's go. All right. So we reflip and we start again. And then the way I make sure I keep testing the same half is I just check axle has an open and a closed end, and I just make sure I continue to have the open end that I am testing through each part. I believe that we will win. Right back at it again. I should say, like, only one of those is what I would have, like, from the prior testing, one of those is what I would have considered trash grade. The rest were all very, very, very minor glitches. So they were going to play very, very well, but they were still what I would have considered glitches. So I've got a decent amount of hope we can get a lot of these worked out, because the vibe was so small on each of them. What's the count so far? We got 1 A grade, and we've tested, I don't know, 9, 10 combos. Two in the house. Oops, what am I doing here? Come on. This is kind of wild going from the afterlife to this. Variety is the spice of life, and we're really what makes yo-yoing, I don't know, a lot of yo-yoing fun. To me, I couldn't imagine picking up the same yo-yo every single day, all day. Even having the same, like a challenge to do the same yo-yo all day is hard enough. Two for two, a lot of foul balls, but we're 2 for 2. You guys have an issue starting your yo-yo like this? Pop it on that throw hand pointer. Flatten that hand if you need to, and just push hard together and rip. Oh my gosh. You can't even tell this one's spinning when it's on your nail. It's perfect. Perfect diamond blast. Perfect. So whoever gets this one specifically is a perfect yo-yo. Yeah, so boom. I like to go right into that regen. But you guys have to understand, I've tested thousands of yo-yos this way, so I mean, you could complain, I suppose, after you've done it 1,000 attempts. It's so close. Whenever somebody says my yo-yos cost the same as X other yo-yo, this is the video I send them. I say, no, it doesn't. One, their ano does not look like this. This ano costs more than the yo-yo, parts being machined. And two, your yo-yo is not getting tested like this. This has to be built into the price. This is not free. I get tired of this, still enjoy it. It's definitely a job at this point. I don't think there's any way around that aspect. It's definitely a job. But I enjoy it more than the other jobs I've had. So I like the competition aspect of it, and I like the aspect that you're providing something that like makes people's days, that you're providing happiness for people. I like that aspect. When I say that the competition aspect, I mean like there's a competitive nature that other people are making yo-yos, so it's an open market, and basically there's a competition between of whose yo-yos are selling. So I like that part as well. But I think my favorite part is just the enjoyment that I see people get from things that I'm designing, creating. In the actual job part, the biggest factor is getting to see my young kids grow up. We just kind of made that decision. I can go back to work after they're all in school all day, but being able to be home when they get off the bus, I complain about it, or taking them to school, having to take them to school, taking them to daycare, or not taking them to daycare, being home when they're sick. Yeah, I'll complain about it, but that is the best part of the job. Cody, I think I've made a lot, so sometimes it's not really interaction with the customers, where I've made a specific part of my brand is being open and a direct channel and communicating and creating community. That is a very large part of G2 that cannot easily, well, it can easily be replicated, but you can't do that without putting in a lot of work. But it's gotten to the point where a lot of that is what I enjoy. And you've seen it in the G2 page. It's not, there's a lot of non-yo-yo talk, right? So that's all enjoyable to me. It's just hanging out with friends for a little while. At least we have a common interest online. So it's not necessarily customer interaction. Customer interaction actually is not that high on my list. I'm not the best at the customer service. I think what opened my eyes is saying that you make 1,000 yo-yos a year. And if you say $130 average price, that's really not a ton of gross money. It made me realize that you're not just trying to milk it. I don't think I know exactly what you're trying to say. I mean, if you just looked at the numbers that way, that's a lot of, like, actual revenue is a high number. Once you put in costs, and then you get to the profit at the end of the year, and then time, it's not that high. But it's high enough that I'm able to work from home and make it work for my own job right now. You know what I mean? So that's a win. There's a lot of things I could do to up revenue without, but that would compromise the G2 brand if I was trying to, I guess, milk it or cash out. But I kind of just I want to increase the G2 brand still, but I want to kind of do it slowly in a way that it doesn't affect what G2 means overall and is overall. So we're working it, but it's a slow process to do it the way I want to do it for G2. I mean, you could, if I was just selling yo-yos, you'd see me pop up when it was drop time, and that was about it, right? Are you able to review market share or total market value of your niche? And I think it put in perspective of success of G2. You're a one-man show, hats off. I don't have a good way to do that. So, like, I know of the one-man shops, I gotta be moving the most yo-yos. Like, even like Monkey Finger has high aftermarket value, and I get pigeonholed with them. But I think, without knowing for sure how many yo-yos they're moving, I think I'm doing 2 or 3 times the amount of yo-yos they do, and without the help of a second guy that they have. And it's, it's different stories. Ray does the ano, but still, there's other things that Ray has help with that I don't have help with. you know, I'm sure One Drop is still moving a pretty good percentage of yo-yos more than me for like a 3 or 4 man shop, and I don't know, so I don't know per person how close I would be to One Drop. But then like a Yo-Yo Factory and Duncan, they are moving numbers that I can't even come close to. They're moving, like if I took my year number, that's like a 2-week number for them, I bet. They're moving so many units. They have, if you have a market share in like Asia, you're moving way more yo-yos than me. But small brand, I think there's a, I think that I own a big chunk of that as far as I think that I'm at the top. I'd be curious to know how many units a Caribou Lodge moves with multiple people on the team. I don't know how close I am to their numbers, but I think I might be close to them. But it's all speculation. I have no idea of actually knowing. I would guess 20 to 50 times more than Monkey Finger, like 60 per month just for Patreon shipments. According to Reddit, I am for what? All right, Jorgie. So what I was trying to tell you, I got that. That's thick. That's where I get all that power from. Anyways, get nice and set up, square to the ball. You're out there. Boom, you're back. Get that twist. We'll go a little here so you can see that twist, that rotation in the hips. Really get them hips back there. Then your swing starts. Don't uncork yet. Swing starts down, down, not out and around, down, and then unload. I'm such a loser. I mean, for quality products, I don't think I think my quality could be matched if somebody wanted to put the time in. It's not easy to put the time in, though. Well, because you have, like, to match it, you have to enjoy the journey and whatnot. People always say that, but you have to enjoy doing it to some extent and believe in your process, and you kind of have to, I don't know, you can't fake it really if you don't truly care about the product that you're putting out. But if somebody wanted to take the time and do what I'm doing, they could match the quality of the product. But there's so many easier channels that you can do, and to a specific end, the customer doesn't. There's a lot of customers out there that are okay with a cheaper product and the quality, you know, only a step or two down, not that much of a difference, where that course, that road is way easier than the road over here that I'm trying to do. But that downward motion instead of the out and around, with where you think you're rotating, but the down first, getting that elbow down, that keeps you on plane too, so that you can swing through and keep your club face square all the way through the swing. There's a lot of good that comes with that down motion first. And even on the back, instead of being a sway back, if your rotation for your backswing is a twist to start your swing back, that's really good too. Because when you twist at your hips to start twisting, that's going to start bringing your club face back. So you twist, that starts to bring your backswing, and then you bring it up. See you, Rich. Thanks for the questions, man. I don't know. It's hard to... Some of those questions are hard for me to answer without... Because I don't want to say... what I do is overly special. It can't be replicated because I'm doing it, and I know it could be like I'm doing it. Somebody else could do it too, and there's nothing special the way I do it. If somebody else puts in the work. Those don't look like G2 socks. No, those G2 socks are a little thin, and I kind of like these. These are a little thicker, and I like the shorties. G2 socks have to be with the shorts when I need to show off the logo. I would say that Pang does a good job. He's ventured into a lot more quantity, and he made that little sub brand where he doesn't have to do anything, where he's just straight up photos and markets it and designs it, and then it's assembled, tested, packaged for him, and he just whoop, here you go. That type of deal. That is a big leap, which really works if you want to start moving quantity. And he keeps his titanium stuff to where he's doing it himself, which I respect, that to be able to try and make that leap and, you know, just sacrifice knowing that the quality that gets to the customer is going to be different because you're not individually testing it all, but also to just understand that you cannot increase your quantity if you're going to continue to individually do everything. Cody, so originally G2, both of our last names, the original partner and mine, both started with G, so we went G squared. Not the best name, but and then I bought them out, so the other half of G squared is my wife. So two last names start with G, G squared. Yeah, but like the path is there if somebody wanted to do it, right? Is what I'm trying to say, Brian. Like I'm not special. I'm just putting in the effort. Problem with most companies now compared to like 5 years ago or so is there's a ton of community involvement anymore. Well, I think there's community involvement, but it pops up when it's drop time, right? And then they're gone and disappeared, and that doesn't translate well for the long-term health or commitment for your brand. What up, Matt? We've got 6 A grades right now. Seven. So we're doing pretty solid. Taking some time to get here, but we're doing well. The Summit doc, that was really good. A lot of that stuff just comes from people enjoying the process, though, right? You can't quite fake that. So you had a lot of artsy people, film or photo or video people that were interested on those teams back then when they made that. So that helped a ton. I think Brandon does a really good job of trying. When you're comparing it to golf, the issue is the market for golf is so much bigger, so the return on your content is so much bigger. So the return on yo-yo content is really kind of low. So you're putting so much work in, and it kind of can be defeating to see the amount of work you put in for the return, whether the return is just the views or, I mean, it's hard to make any sort of ad revenue on yo-yo content, but the views can hurt. Like if I put anything up on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I'm getting 50 views, and it's like, well, it hurts. But also, I think about it, and I've gotten a lot better at not worrying about that. Because I'm like, if there was 50 people here that wanted to hear this story, that's pretty awesome, actually. That 50 people were interested enough they wanted to hear about, just see this colorway that I'm talking about today. So that's pretty cool. But sometimes, I mean, I fall into the same thing too, as I run into content that I'm only trying to create content if I have something new to show off that's going to be selling soon. So that's tough too. I do the same thing. Can't just always be cutting yo-yos. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this spins like a nice purple. Golf lesson and the pretty face. Well, I got the golf lesson for you. The pretty face has been cut off most of this time for testing. Isn't that how it's supposed to work? You just pop a product out and here, please buy. Art still tries to do it old school. I think when they release a new yo-yo, not just a colorway restock. I think the Yokel was their most recent, where they released new videos with the drop, which was enjoyable. Which that's the way things used to be, is that you would have these full videos dropping leading up to the yo-yo that would give you content and hype for a drop. But with social, full videos kind of died, good and bad. But now you might get a couple tricks or something, and for the most part, just kind of a talk about a write-up about a yo-yo, not even too much of tricks or whatnot. Unless you're like Matt, he said, hey, fly me into Ohio when the Thai Banshee SS's come in, and we'll make some video content for them. And then I politely told Matt that they were pre-orders and already sold, so we didn't have to make content. That's why I wanted to make a different content, and not if I got 200 likes, then they owe you a like. Well, so here's the thing. When you get those 200 likes, that style video is being shown to that audience of 10 to 13, 14-year-olds that are willing to leave a like. Right now, our audience of 25 to 40-year-olds do not want to push a like button on Instagram. We're there, we watch it, and we keep swiping. We only leave a like if it's like somebody we personally know and want to say, hey, I watched this and liked it, like personally, like a, you know what I mean? It's not, we don't want to have that tracking on us that shows we like to post. So that metric has died. So when you create content to the younger kids, they're going to leave those likes, especially when you ask for it or whatever. You play those games with them, which is, I don't know, good or bad. I guess that's also that market that those creators are, their product is for. Sure, goal with GIR and FIR each round. I'm trying to push my handicap as low as possible this year. I don't really pay attention to greens and reg or fairways and reg at all. My biggest goal is no penalty strokes. If you eliminate the penalty strokes, that is huge for your handicap, and because if you get no doubles, that is huge. That will shave your handicap so fast. Then my biggest thing is just playing smart. Don't try to hit at every pin. Which part of the green do I want to miss to? If I know I usually miss left, I'm going to aim a little right. If I pull it, I'm good. If I miss to the right, I also want to, if I miss left of where I'm aimed, I want to be good. And if I hit it straight, I want to be good. So I want to aim to where my miss is okay, and if I end up straight, I'm okay. So it's really just putting yourself in a good position to get par, and staying away from penalty strokes and doubles. I don't go out there and shoot low. You saw my again 69, and that's par at that course. And I think the rating is like 65 at that course. So when I shot even there multiple times 69, it was actually hurting my index because that's an easy course. I don't usually go low. I'm just pretty consistent to be under 80 because I try to stay away from the doubles. Chat, we are looking good. We're at 9. For punch out shots, I look at it like this. I can punch out and think I'm going to make bogey. If I go for a hero shot, does that put me in a better spot to make par, or does that put me in a better chance at making double? That's how I kind of risk reward it there to see, is this going to put me in a chance to make double? And I probably don't want to go for that. I will say this, Jory. It's the stats are out there. Greens are way more important than fairways. Just because if you can get on in 2-putt, it's so much better for scoring because you are, if you're on the green, you got a much better chance for par. It doesn't matter how you got onto that green. So don't aim at the pins. Sometimes you got to aim at the fat part of the greens. Chipping saves me a lot. I get a lot of up and downs. I put a lot of effort into that when I was a kid, mostly just because when I got dropped off the golf course, I had to wait on the chipping putting green until my parents came to pick me up. Because when I grew up, I started playing golf the summer before high school. The course let us work there for free golf, so my parents would drop me off, and we would work in golf, and then we would just chip and putt when the course was too busy to get out, and we would chip and putt when we were waiting for our rides to pick us up. Yeah, I wish more yo-yoers played golf. I'd have a little more golf stuff. I'll probably. I mean, the golf hats I got. I do want to probably get another golf specific hat, but we'll see. Thanks, Andrew. I really like the kaleidoscope. I gotta be right back. I gotta pee. There's 11 of you in here right now. We'll see how many when I get back. Oh, 2 of you gone. I'm gonna try and finish these up. Actually, it's gonna take me a long time to type those names out. So maybe I won't do that live. Maybe I will. I'm not sure. What did I just do? Drop them live. Everybody that's in here will get one. So close. That's the worst when the one half is perfectly smooth and the other half does not agree. Appreciate you guys stopping in for the stream today. Maybe. What up, Terry? I don't know. If it's an I don't know, we usually we say it's a no. Waiting for that rescue. Yep, we got to get that CAD. I kind of go in spurts for CAD. I don't really like doing CAD. So sometimes I do it. Sometimes we have some assistance. Depends on the rush of the project sometimes too. If you have to ask, you already know the answer. What does that mean? Did I hear titaniums will take too much time earlier, or am I tripping? What are we talking about? Oh, if I have to ask, yep, you know the answer. Sometimes you think you could talk yourself into it because, you know, like, I think that whoever gets it, they're not going to notice. But if they do notice, then it's like, oh, man. No, I was gonna do the lottery, but grabbing those names to put them on the list is gonna take too much time. Only problem with putting the glitches on there, then I gotta reach out to the people and ask if they want the glitch. You know what I mean? And then sometimes that takes some time to get those replies. And that can be a headache I didn't want to deal with. Or if I keep the glitches for an office sale, it keeps you guys on your toes. You don't know when they're coming. Or if I save the glitches for the draft. So many options. Close as it could possibly be. I got one last chance. I mean, the the only glitches I put in there really are swirls and like kaleidoscopes or rainbow roads that would still be worth well over the $100 ticket. Darn. So 9 A's. If I keep one for myself, that puts us all the way down to 8. The camera's falling. painful. I wanted you guys to have to see that. All right, let's see which one we've now made into an A grade. I've had a lot, like more than you'd want to admit, end up that one kind of just looks like the ano. Because sometimes you could take them apart and put them back together and they'd be smooth, and they could be tuned smooth. But if they don't just go together and smooth, I don't want them to be an A grade because I don't want you to really have to tune it. Like there we got one. This one was a glitch and it is glass smooth now. So it might have just been it with the way it was seated the first time we put these two pieces together. Yeah, it's been marked. It's still a glitch, so it'll always have that marking. Somebody could, in theory, want it at full price. It just won't command exactly the same on secondary because it's, you can say, hey, this is a smooth glitch. It's a smooth glitch, but it's still a glitch, so you're not going to double your money on getting a kaleidoscope. Where this is a glitch. It's like the perfect glitch. What I call a glitch because it's has the most minor amount of vibe that you can kind of detect. So when somebody gets it, they're like, why is this a glitch? But then we might swap that out because this one's got a little more than I would like. So this one is like true glitch, almost pushing what I would trash. So I'd rather have two glitches than a perfectly smooth glitch, you know what I mean? I'm not sure what I'll do with them, Andrew. Yeah, that one's got a little more vibe than I'm caring to sell. I want the one that's close to trash grade. I don't want that into the wild. The glitch draft is kind of just happens sporadically throughout the office sales, but it could be cool to just have a glitch draft where the tickets are much cheaper and you're picking from glitches. What I'll likely do is end up selling if this one ends up okay, the two glitches via office sales most likely, and put either keep the smooth one or put the smooth one as the glitch in the draft. There we go. Okay. 9 past QC, we got 1 perfect glitch, 2 glitches out of 12 made. 2-hour stream today. Thanks for stopping in. We ended up 9 past QC. I think probably 8 will go to the lotteries. 3 glitches, 1 for me. Thanks for stopping in, guys. The nerds are still in session. The nerds are just about to end session. I'm going to go grab some lunch. Mr. Kyle, thanks for directing Rich to the G2 Discord. Rich is, he has what do you call it? The type of personality that spreads and is delightful. He just breeds happiness and fun. Well, I mean, we've been streaming for 2 hours. What do you expect from me? See you guys.